What's going on? Welcome back to another video, and today we're putting the lift on and we're gonna see this thing get transformed. For you guys, maybe 15 minutes. For me, maybe 4 hours. So let's do this. Okay, so you gotta love working on your cars, right? The product I just showed you is this. It's the it helps take out lug nuts that has a key, and the owner said the key was in here. I couldn't find it and I didn't want to bother him, so I bought this off of Amazon thinking, oh, it's gonna work. I used it once for the front because I had to change the front sway bar links, and I used it once just for the driver's side, and now it's freaking stripped. Literally. I did get this from Amazon, right? So, you know, so now this is gonna push me back another 30 minutes or so, because now I gotta go to Harbor Freight and get one, because I literally have this thing all loosened up, but that lock lug nut. You gotta love it. So we'll be back. Alright guys, so there's a problem with getting this freaking bolt that's up top, because it's like in there like swimwear, and I think it's rusted, but I've been spraying the PB blaster on it and it's not budging. It's, what time is it? It's 12:07. I've been at this bolt for 1 hour, and I already sprayed the other bolt over there on the driver's side so that whenever I go there it's going to be easier. Also, there's more room on that side because right here we have the exhaust piping, and I can't get that much leverage, so I'm literally doing that trick, you know what I'm saying, this one, and it's not freaking budging, and this is moving. I do have vice grips right at the top of this to hopefully keep it still, but it's not moving. So honestly, I'm not going to record right now because I'm getting freaking pissed. So I'm just going to go back into this, and once it's apart, I will let you guys know. So hopefully it's in 3, 2, 1. I want to do a quick little update on what's been going on. The vehicle is still on its jacks because, long story short, the bolt that was on the top part of the shock was rusted, so I literally cut it. It took me 2 days just to take it out. I ended up putting the rear coils in, and these coils in the back, or the springs I should say, I think they're 1.5 or 1.75 inch lift, closer to 2 inches, and the shock that I was supposed to put on there, the Bilsteins, are only meant for 1 inch lifts. But at the same time, I tried to install it and it's the wrong shock. I should have done better research. That's on me, but it is what it is. So I had to order some new shocks, and the new shocks that I ordered are the Dobinsons, so that should be coming in. I ordered it Monday, I believe, and I thought it was gonna get here by this weekend, but it's not. It's gonna get here next Monday. So that means I have to do something else. I'm gonna do the front shocks, and luckily that one is good. I looked it up, put the numbers in, and I made sure that the ones that I bought actually fit, and they do. So hopefully that's not going to take me that long, and I'm going to get 2 of the wheels and tires installed today, get it balanced. I think I'm going to do all 4 if the place I'm going to will have time, but I don't have a vehicle to put all 4 so I had to put in the Prius, which is fine. So that's what's been going on with the Sequoia lift. It's totally fine. It's a part of this whole journey. It's a part of fixing your own vehicles. Things happen, and I want to be honest with you guys, because there's some people on here that they're like, oh, it's super easy. Sometimes it flows very well, and sometimes you plan on doing your whole lift one weekend and it's been 2 weeks. So that's just the way life goes sometimes. Anyways, enough yapping. Let's get the front done, and hopefully everything works out. Actually, before I start, I want to show you guys what I bought. Just kidding. This is all gonna be blurry. I can't show you guys that right now because it's a surprise. I'll probably show you guys in a month or two. We'll see. Alright, now let's fix the car. Alright guys, so I've been working on this freaking spring for like an hour and a half now. So these Dobinson springs are thinner than the stock springs. So when I was about to undo it, my top hat, the inner ring right here, this inner ring was hitting the top of the spring, and I thought it was just gonna seat in, but it ended up making the top hat go like this. And these little, what do you call it, these spring compression things, since the gaps in between them are a little bit small, that I tried to take it out and it won't take out, and I don't have the right tools for it, and I don't want to get new ones. So I'm just going to keep the springs for the next time I lift this thing or upgrade the shocks. I'm going to use the stock springs, which, if you didn't know, if you use those like heavy springs that give you an already like 2.5 inch lift, these little clips, you have to set them at the very bottom. So now that I'm running the stock springs, I'm putting that retention clip at the highest spring. It's still going to give me that 2.5 inch lift, and it's also going to be tall enough for those 34 inch tires, which they're actually in the Prius right now. So hopefully I can get this done within the next hour so that I can show you guys. But yeah, I'm gonna put this together and then put the wheel back on. If you want to know how to put a lift on, I'll put all the stuff down below from other people that I learned from. So alright guys, so before the video continues, I want to give a huge shout out to this week's video sponsor, Rock Tricks. I've been running their RT115 wheels, and honestly, I just like the look of them. They've got that clean modern 5-spoke design that looks aggressive without being way over the top. The ones that I have is a 17/9 with the -12 offset. They have a couple different finishes, but the one that I chose was the matte black. The fitment of these wheels are so perfect with the size 34 tires that I don't even have to do a body mount chop or a chop on the front bumper. They also make wheels for ATVs, UTVs, heavy duty trucks like this Super Duty, and they also make beadlock wheels for you people that like to go rock crawling. These wheels are priced very well, and they also have 0% financing for 6 months. So if you've been thinking about upgrading your wheels for your ATV, UTV, or truck, and you want something that looks good and is priced very, very well, definitely check out Rock Tricks. I'll put the link down in the description below. Thank you again, Rock Tricks, for sponsoring this video. Alright, so it's the next day, and let me show you how this thing looks. Dude, this thing is sick. Now just keep in mind that this thing is literally on the side because of that. So the tire's not fully out yet. It might stick out maybe another ½ inch once everything is done. Alright guys, so I wanted to tell you that a package came in while I was working on the front, and the front's already installed, and it was for the rear shocks, so I can finish at least one side, because now this is not calling out first gen off-road, but I'll show you photos right here how my package came in, and I'll show you right here. It only came with one bushing. So I ended up emailing them, and this thing was open like this too, like it wasn't even compressed. The other one was. So at least I could finish one side, which I'm kind of excited about. So I'm about to install this tire, and this thing's gonna look dope. So let's see how this thing looks. Yo, this thing looks sick. Alright, dude, this thing is... I like it. Yeah. This looks amazing. And I really see... Dude, do you see how the 34-inch kind of just fits in super well? These rock trick wheels, bro. That negative 12 offset. Just look at it. It's probably sticking maybe half an inch off of the fender. Probably a little bit more. But it just looks so good. So I have one side down. I don't know if I should start on the driver's side, because that took me forever yesterday. I think I'll be done for today. Just keep it like this and then put all the tools away. But dude, this thing looks so freaking sick. And the wheels too. So I was gonna get chrome, but I was like, nah. And I went with these because it has the chrome little bolts around it, so it kind of looks like bead locks, but they're not. As my cousin would say, they're called bead looks. Yeah, this combo, 17x9, negative 12 offset, chef's kiss. But I haven't checked if the front was going to hit or rub. But I'm going to wait until the front one, well, essentially all four of them are on there. So hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to finish this. But we will see. Yeah, it looks good to me. Alright everyone, I just want to be completely and 100% transparent with you guys. This thing is taking me forever, dude. The bolt on top of the strut doesn't look rusted, but it is. And I've been trying to take it out. I don't have the right tools. I don't want to go buy more tools. And so I just said, you know what, I'm just going to order new top hats, because I'm not going to fight this thing for 3-4 days. I should have done this in the beginning. I was trying to do it as cheap as possible. Lesson learned. Next time I put a lift on a car, I'm paying someone else to do it. I have no more patience on this thing. And besides, there's something else I want to put all my attention to after this build is done. It's not going to be finished in this video. You guys are just going to have to wait until it's done and I do a full like overnight camping trip somewhere, test it out on these dirt roads up here. So I'm going to end the video here because I think this video is going to be pretty long. But I just want to be transparent with you guys. I don't want to show y'all what some people on here show, that it's super quick and easy and then you'll get it done in 5 hours or in 2 days. This thing's gonna be done in like 4 weeks. Now, was some of this my fault? Yes, 100%. Take full responsibility of that, where I could have spent a little bit more money to make it a little bit easier on me and make this build be a little bit quicker. But did I do that? No. Also, the rust, if you guys have ever dealt with rust, that takes a huge toll on the bolts and it just gets seized up and stuck. It's literally going to stay like that for a couple days because the strut's already out. It's right here. And I'm going to be going more into detail on the wheels and on the setup and all that stuff and how the ride is whenever I go and test it out. So thank you guys for watching, and as you can tell, I'm super bummed out. I'm just over it right now, and yeah, it is what it is. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. The Sequoia is finally done.